Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. How are you doing? Today I'm going to be talking about everything you need for traveling around Southeast Asia or South America or Southern Europe or anywhere with a warm climate. I'm going to be talking through my backpack, which I've got just here. I've got everything lined up here. Whether you're traveling for 1 week or up to 12 months, this is everything you need for backpacking around Southeast Asia. But you're probably wondering, why should you listen to me? Well, I was traveling for 7 months around Southeast Asia and I've done lots of backpacking all over the world. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need so you don't overpack and you don't underpack and you pack just right. And if you want the free packing list, then just click the link below and you can literally click it and it will take you to Dropbox. You can download it, print it off, and you can literally tick everything off so that you do not forget anything on your trip. All right, let's get started. Let's start with the backpack. Oh. So this is my backpack. I've used it for over 3 years now and it has literally not let me down at all. It is the perfect backpack and I do recommend getting it. I got it from Decathlon. I'll leave the link in the description below because I found it on Decathlon. I think there's a newer version of it, so it's not actually called the same because this is like a Quechua Escape 50, so it's 50 litres, but then you also get this extra 10 litres on top and then these side pockets. So I think in total it actually comes to 65 litres, which is, for me, maybe a boy, perfect amount. I can't really speak for girls' perspective, but I guess they might need a few more bits, but I won't go into that because it's not my expertise. So why is this the perfect backpack? Because you can open it like bam, like a suitcase. So everything you see, you can literally pack in there. So other backpacks are literally, you just like have to reach in and it's a bit like a lucky dip when you're reaching in. Whereas this one, you can literally open it like a suitcase and it's so easy to get to everything rather than that lucky dip thing. Also, it's got so many pockets inside. So like here, I'll show you. So like in here, I could put like my passport and I can easily see my passport. So like important stuff in that one, and you can easily see it. Anything loose I can put in there. And then there are so many pockets in there. There's 1, 2, the side pockets. I usually put my socks in here. Then the other side pocket, I put like my boxes just to keep them easy access. And then in the bottom pocket, which is actually separate from this part of the bag, I can put my shoes, like, which maybe I don't wear much, or yeah, I'll get into shoes later. But also, why is this a good thing? Because it's on top and it's separate from the rest of the bag. And what that means is I put my dirty washing in here because it stinks. Like, I'm in Asia, I'm in warm climates where everything just smells which you've worn, and so when you're waiting to do a wash, I put my stuff in here so it's separate from all my clean stuff, and it's perfect because it doesn't make all my other clothes smell, and trust me, you want that. The other thing is, this bag also has a lock. Funny story, I've actually like lost the key to this, so I can't actually take this lock off. You can easily zip up these two locks and literally lock to the bag so that no one can open the main pocket and so no one can get to it. Do recommend bringing a lock. That is a really important thing to bring. The other thing is this little pocket, I could put like flip-flops in there or anything which is kind of loose, or a water bottle, so it's quite handy as well. So another bag that I bring, which I can just slip in one of the smaller pockets, is a waterproof bag. You can get these on Amazon for like 20, 30 pounds. I'll put a link in the description so you can click that and get one. And it is so good. So in Asia, you're going to the beach a lot, you're probably doing water sports, going kayaking, and you want a bag where you can put your valuables and put stuff which doesn't get wet. And this literally folds up really small, literally that small, and then it has a strap which goes around my neck, so it's literally perfect. I sometimes use this when going to the beach so that my camera stuff doesn't get wet, and it's literally perfect. You just roll it up and it stays waterproof. So when I go traveling, I use 2 backpacks. I have my main backpack, which you've just seen, that small little waterproof bag, which can fold away easily. And then I bring a day bag. This day bag is bigger than most people's because I have so much camera equipment which I put in here. I have so many wires, leads, I have a laptop. You probably don't need a laptop unless you do work online or whatever. You can easily bring an iPad, it's a lot smaller. But that's why I need quite a big day bag. I do recommend bringing a day bag, even if it's a lot smaller, because it's so useful. You don't want to be carrying around a big bag, or maybe you just want to use that waterproof bag. It's up to you. I'm not going to be talking about my camera stuff and all my techie stuff, but if you want a video on that, just leave a comment and maybe I will do one in the future. Okay, what shoes do I bring? So I've only got these recently because they've actually sent me a couple pairs of these shoes, but these are Tropic Feel shoes, and I'll tell you why these are so good. Yes, they did send me them for free, but trust me, they are so useful. I used them in Greece for a month, and honestly, I don't know how I would have got through the trip without them. They are so good because they're waterproof, so you can literally go into water and they quickly dry, they're odorless, and they're just really light as well, so you can do like exercise in them, like running, and then you can wear them wherever. But do get these shoes, honestly, they're brilliant. I'm going to be using them for the rest of my traveling life, career, whatever you want to call it. Okay, next pair of shoes. Okay, so this is debatable. I bring 2 pairs of shoes and flip-flops. I could probably just bring this pair. I probably don't need another pair, but I bring another pair because sometimes I want to wear something else. So I've got these white Vans, which are not white at all, but I'm like, I don't really care. I'm traveling, I'm doing crazy stuff, I'm a bit dirty. I bring Vans, white or grey Vans. So yeah, I bring them as well. And then I couldn't actually find them, but I do bring flip-flops. Make sure you get comfortable flip-flops. When I was in Southeast Asia, I literally wore flip-flops all the time. I hardly wore any trainers or other shoes, and quite frankly, I didn't really need these. Get flip-flops which are really comfortable because you're going to be wearing them a lot of the time, because otherwise your feet are just going to sweat out and it's not nice. Nah. Okay, so moving just on to a couple of like technology bits. I bring a portable speaker. You don't necessarily need a portable speaker, but if you get a really small one, maybe even smaller than this, then it is useful. It's not too heavy and it can come in useful if you're on the beach, you want some tunes, or wherever you are. It's quite nice to have a speaker, so yeah, I'll put that there. And then also bring like a charging pack. This is actually a drone battery for my drone, and I can like click in something here and I can charge my phone off it. But having an external battery pack is really useful because you might not actually have power or something for quite a while. So definitely recommend getting an external battery pack. Okay, and then make sure you have an adapter. At least bring 2 adapters, trust me, because you're going to need them. This one's quite a good one because it's for like the Australian, but then if you twist it, it goes to like, I think the American one or something. So this one can do a few different like adapters for when it changes, but it's also got USBs on the bottom, so it's quite perfect. And then if you want to make it European, because all the plugs kind of swap throughout Asia, then you just put that on there and then plug it into a European adapter thing. So make sure you bring a couple of adapters. I'll find a better one because I need to order a new one, and I'll put it in the description below so you can just click it. Okay, so something which I brought with me, but you could probably just go on the website now, is I brought my Funky Travel guide. And basically it gives you everything that, like a little guide of everything that you need when traveling around Southeast Asia, and it's literally perfect. With a 2021, 2020 kind of theme, bring a mask, because you don't know with the current situation whether you're going to need masks. And plus, places in Asia have always used masks quite a lot, so maybe in the future they might make it mandatory forever, who knows. So just bring a mask, whatever the situation. And that goes on to, I actually bring a bandana. You can actually still use this as kind of a mask as well, and it's just useful if you want to, I don't know, protect your head, and it literally takes up no space at all. You can literally stuff it wherever, so just bring one. Like one time when I was traveling, I had a bleeding leg and I literally used it to like stop the blood from coming out. So improvise with a bandana. Maybe you want to use it for your actual forehead like normal people, but just bring it. It takes up no space. I don't know, it's cool. Obviously bring a passport. I have a little case where I keep some of my cards, and quite easy. And then bring sunglasses. I just get cheap ones because you might lose them. I've lost so many sunglasses in my time, so I just got a cheap €5 ones. I got these in Athens. They're like Ray-Bans, but they're not Ray-Bans. Yeah, easy, cheap ones like that. Maybe you want to bring a cap. I quite like having a cap just because it can be warm, protect your head, whatever. Easy. Also, if you're staying in hostels, which is probably quite likely if you're backpacking, then bring a torch. Oh, blimey, I've just blinded myself, because in hostels it can be dark sometimes. You don't want to turn the light on, so having a little torch just to help find stuff, or whatever you're doing, if you're out late, it's just nice to have a little torch so you can use that to get around. Easy. So going into the toiletries, I'm not going to go through everything because obviously some stuff like toothbrush, toothpaste, like bits of first aid, paracetamol, it all kind of, whatever you kind of need, you probably know, when you go on holiday, it's the same kind of thing. Obviously bring sun cream and probably after sun as well, because you're going to need it. The sun is strong. Also, I bring like a face moisturizer, which actually has SPF 15 in it, so I put that on my face and it just like keeps me moisturized and also protects my face from the sun every single day. And then make sure you get a bug spray, because trust me, the mosquitoes are everywhere. And if you're wearing shorts because it's really hot, you don't want to put on long trousers, you don't want to put on like long sleeve stuff because it is hot in the evenings. So get a mosquito spray. Make sure, especially if you're in a malaria area, get a 50 DEET spray so that it protects you from like the nasty mosquitoes. And then everything else in here is kind of self-explanatory, like Savlon, like a razor for me, shaving gel, nail scissors, that kind of stuff. I'll leave everything in the packing list below, so just click that, download that, and it will tell you everything that I brought. So now we are getting onto the clothing. This is what I pack as a guy. Obviously it will change if you're a girl, you probably bring other technical girl stuff, clothes, which I won't. But I would only bring one hoodie or jumper because it is warm in Asia and most of the time you're not gonna need anything else. Oh, blimey. So just bring one hoodie, save yourself lugging another one around. Most of the time you're not gonna need it, but just for flights, if there's strong aircon, whatever, just one hoodie, that's enough. You don't need anything more. Whilst we're on warm clothing, I bring one pair of jeans or trousers because you don't need more than one pair. I just bring one pair for if I want to be slightly smarter, if I'm going on a plane and it can be cold because of the strong aircon. They love their cold aircon in Asia, so be warned, it is cold with their aircon. So just bring a pair of jeans. I bring light ones so that if I had black jeans, then it would like bring in all the heat and I get really hot. Just to keep me slightly cooler, I bring light jeans, so get them. And then onto swimwear, I bring 2 pairs of trunks. These are my funky pair, and then I've just got a black trunks that I use as well, because I need 2 because you do a lot of swimming. It's warm, so you want to be in the water quite a bit, so bringing 2 is quite useful. So I'm gonna call this like the evening wear if you want, but here are the classic Southeast Asia or hippie kind of travel trousers. I'll be honest, I bought these and probably worn them half a dozen times. I didn't really wear them at all. Partly because I don't know, I didn't feel as cool in them, but I didn't wear them that much. So I probably won't bring them on my next trip. But if you want to get some, get them out there. They're really cheap. They're probably £2–3. Bargain them down, get them really cheap. And yeah, they're good for protecting yourself from mosquitoes. So yeah, if you don't want to get bitten or you get bitten a lot, get some. So another thing, slightly warmer, I bring like a nice check shirt, just because if you're in the evenings and there's some mosquitoes about, get a check shirt or little shirt so that you can protect your arms from mosquitoes, protect your neck from mosquitoes so you don't get eaten alive like I sometimes do. So a little check shirt, and it's also nice to cover up your shoulders, whatever, if you're going into a temple or whatever. Kind of like those travel trousers are good for covering your knees if you need to. So you could also call this like a long sleeve t-shirt or whatever, but it's like really thin material, and it's just like a light, small, like long sleeve kind kind of like a jumper, but it's quite loose fitting, and it's good just for in the evenings, once again, to keep those mosquitoes off. So I do bring that. I also bring one long sleeve t-shirt just because it does protect you from mosquitoes, and they are deadly things, trust me. So yeah, bring a long sleeve t-shirt just for the evenings when it is slightly cooler and you want to protect yourself. So now we're moving on to like t-shirts and how many t-shirts should you bring. I bring like these polyester ones, bring 1 or 2 of these because they're really quick to dry. Like if you're sweating and you're really hot, they dry quick, and they're good for sports if you're gonna go running or something. So do bring a couple of them because they do dry quick. So maybe bring like 1 or 2 of these, and then like 5 t-shirts, like normal t-shirts, just so you don't have to wash too frequently. I tended to wash my clothes between 7 to 10 days, every 7 to 10 days on average, and usually in Southeast Asia it would cost between £2 to £3 or $3 to $4 US, so it is cheap to do that. The other thing is, if you want to stay really cool, bring like a vest. I've forgotten the name, what they called in America, like vests like these. Like, put it in the description, put it in the comments because I've literally forgotten. I'm trying to think what they're called, but like this is a vest I got from a hostel in Cambodia, and so you might want to pick up one of those because they're like really cheap, and it gives you a lot of freedom. You know, you're not all tight up. It keeps you cool, keep your armpits flowing with air. So maybe bring one of these, or like pick one up when you're in Southeast Asia because they keep you nice and cool. So there are like 2 kind of shorts you can bring. You can bring like jeans or chino pair, and I normally bring like 2 of these because they're really good shorts. They look nice. And then I bring like a more sporty pair, which I tend to wear quite a lot because, again, like those like t-shirts, like the vests, they let in more air, so keeps you nice and cool, rather than wearing like more tighter fit chino jean shorts. So yeah, bring some sports gear, and just when you're in Southeast Asia, no one really cares what you look like. Everyone's just backpacking. No one cares about like how cool you look. So just wear stuff which is comfortable and is going to keep you cool, because trust me, when you're looking around temples for the whole day around Cambodia and it's 42 degrees, you don't care what you're wearing or what you look like. You just want to stay cool. Trust me. And then onto like socks and boxers. I only bring like 4 or 5 socks. I don't really use them. I could probably bring 2 or 3 because I hardly wore socks with my shoes. I hardly ever wore shoes. As I said, I usually wear flip-flops, so just bring like 3 or 4 pairs of socks. And then boxers, I don't hold back on the boxers. I bring at least 8 because I want a fresh pair every day because I'm sweating. I'm not going loose on the boxers, so bring as many as you need. And of course, bring a raincoat. If you've been to Southeast Asia, then you know the ridiculous... That's really weird. I just thought there was a spider on my wall, but I imagined it. Anyway, if you've been to Southeast Asia, you know how crazy the rain is. I'll try and find a video clip, but it's literally crazy. The roads turn into rivers. If you're there in rainy season or whenever, just bring a raincoat. It's small. One which will stop the rain when you're on a moped or whatever. Trust me, you're gonna want one. Okay, so now we're getting into like the more nitty gritty stuff, and I've got a list because I don't have it all with me, but this is stuff you probably want. Obviously, bring earphones, whatever you're doing, whether you're on a long journey, you're gonna need earphones at some point, either wireless ones or maybe bring ones with a wire as well, just for safety, bring a couple. And then earplugs. If you're staying in a hostel, you want to block out some noise, bring earplugs. Maybe a face mask as well. If you can't sleep unless it's really dark, bring a face mask. Eye mask, face mask. Eye mask. I didn't say that, did I? Bring an eye mask so you stop any light coming through. If you want to like write in a diary, I kind of use your phone or whatever, but if you want to bring a little notepad, bring a notepad and a pen. Oh, bring a pen. A pen is really important when you're filling out forms in hostels at airports. Bring a pen, at least one. Just bring 2, be safe, because honestly a pen is really useful. You can bring a little army knife. Don't bring it on your hand luggage, obviously put it in your main bag when traveling on flights. A padlock, as I said earlier, really important to lock up your bag and lock them in lockers when you're in a hostel. So bring a padlock and a water bottle, because in Asia, loads of like the water, you have to buy loads of plastic bottles. So if there's ever a chance to fill up your own bottle, fill your own bottle up and do the environment some good. Bring your own bottle and try and fill it up as much as possible. Oh, the other thing is on more local toilets, you're not going to have toilet paper. So bring spare tissues or toilet paper and have it with you all the time, just so if you ever need to go, you're okay. A couple other things just to keep in mind is when you go into Southeast Asia, try and have like an unlocked phone, because if you're trying to get a local SIM card, you're not going to be able to unless your phone is unlocked. So make sure you have an unlocked phone. The other thing is, when you're buying like stuff like deodorant out there, it has a whitening agent in it because most people want to look more white. So, and if it doesn't, then it's probably like a Western product and it's going to be a lot more expensive. So just be careful what you're picking up. Make sure you like to read the back and whatever, because you could be picking up some deodorant and making yourself like white or whatever. It's kind of weird, but I mean, we all have like that bronzer stuff. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping. The other thing is, in like markets and stuff where they sell clothes, a lot of it is made for Asian people who tend to be smaller. So if you are quite big or tall, then expect for it to be a very tight fit, or just make sure you've got enough clothes before you go. So I was editing this video and then I realised I forgot two really important things. And the first one of those is a towel. But it's not just a towel, because a lot of people bring travel towels, but I don't. I like to bring a normal towel, and that's because on the beach, I like to have a proper towel and not just a thin travel towel, because having a thin travel towel is just really horrible and it's not that nice. So I like to spend a bit more weight and like bring a normal towel. The other thing is, in nice hotels and hostels, you're likely to be given a towel anyway, so it doesn't always make too much of a difference, as you'll have two normally. And the other thing is travel cards. Let me not show you my details. So I use I have three different travel cards. I have Revolut, Monzo and Caxton. I'd recommend Monzo as the best one, then Revolut, then Caxton, but they all work fine and I like to have a backup. The reason you want to have a travel card is because they don't have as high ATM withdrawal fees and the exchange rate is normally the best rate you can get. Whereas if you use a normal like UK bank account card, they're going to charge you like ATM withdrawal fees because you're in another country, and often they'll charge you like an expensive exchange rate. So get a travel card and you will save money. Okay, that was it. That's what I forgot. Guys, that is everything you need for backpacking around Southeast Asia. Don't forget to download the packing list below. That can really help you out. Leave a like for this video because it does help me out too. And maybe I'll see you in Southeast Asia. But I will see you next Sunday for another video. See you later.